doing pujari work, altar worship, then you make your bed same time. Because if you have a bath and come and do your bed again, you contaminate it. We take a bath or shower because we contaminate it due to sleep. So when we open our eyes, we lie still. Any sudden movement will give you a heart attack, or you just want to come out of bed. Slowly, you open your eyes, you lay still for 1 minute, let the circulation continue. When you clean your eyes, you get up, you go into the shower, you brush your teeth first. Shave second. Third, you use your bathroom, you do your evacuation, whatever. After that, you take bath. So every time we pass water or stool, we have to wash when we pass water, and we have to bath when we pass stool. That is pujari cleanliness. Thereafter, if we have deity service, so quickly we cut up some fruits, heat some milk up, and offer it to Prabhupada, or Gonita deities or Jagannath deities, like that. Once that offering is going on, after 10 minutes, you remove it from the altar. You put it in other vessels, and you wash the Lord's paraphernalia or dishes, wipe it and keep it aside. Then you proceed to start cooking your breakfast for your children and for the family. When the staple diet is rice, dal, sabji, that's it, or pakora or whatever. Then when the bhog is ready, it's not prasad yet. They only become prasad when you offer it. Right now we call it bhog. Bhog can mean unoffered. It can mean raw vegetables and cooked food. So once you're satisfied that to the best of your ability the cooking is done, you take 1 spoon and you make the Lord's plate. You don't offer it same time. You leave it few minutes, let it cool down. You don't offer it hot to inconvenience the Lord. There was a pastime many years ago in India. This man, he was poor Brahmana. So one day, one sadhu came to the village and he was saying, if you do not have the means to offer any cooked foodstuff to the Lord, you can do a mental offering. So this Brahmana heard attentively and he went away. Next day at the bank of the Ganges, he shut his eyes and meditating. He got the woods, he ignited a fire, he got a pot, he put the Ganges water in a pot, he put the rice to make sweet rice. And when the rice was done, he added the milk, all in his mind, he's meditating and he's stirring it. So now he said, this offering is ready. Let me offer the Lord mentally now. So he had to offer the whole pot because there's no vessel. He was a poor Brahmana, he can't afford anything. How he sustained his life through Madhukari, where he collect little like how bees go from flower to flower like that. And in India, or here also, when Brahmana comes, you have to accept. That's the etiquette. So when he did that offering, the offering mantras, and then he said, oh, I forgot to test the temperature. When he put his pinky finger in a vessel, it got burnt. But there was nothing. Lord Vishnu in the spiritual sky is laughing humorously. The goddess of fortune asked him, what are you laughing at? He said, just see my devotee. He offered me this sweet rice and he forgot to check the temperature, but when he put his hand in there, it got burnt. So we offer the Lord temperature that we can eat. After the offering is taken out, you put it back into the pot, cover the pot, go and wash those dishes. You cannot eat until the Lord's dishes are not washed. Wash those bowls, wash the water, you can put it in the fridge in a bottle. And then when you're satisfied the Lord's dishes are clean, is wiped and put away, then you take smaller bowls, you empty all the sabjis, the rice, whatever is cooked, prepared. Then you wash the pots, keep it to one side, Then you cover it, whoever is there, you serve them. Now, I'll just use this as an example. The etiquette is, this is the plate. You put the rice closest to the person. Closest. Here. The only thing allowed to go on top of the rice is a dal. On the right hand side, the moist sabji goes. On the left hand side, the dry sabji goes. Then you get your puri or roti or whatever. Then you get your sweets. I'll just give you an example in the temple, right? Your rice is here, your dal is here, your sabji is here, your puri is there with the roti, and then you get one halwa on the top, right? So you eat the puri or the roti first. Eat that one first with the moist sabji. The dal and the dry sabji you eat with the rice. That's how it is. That's how it must serve. Not everything piling on top there. You don't do that. Don't do that. Now, if this is a cinnamon stick, this is a bay leaf, this is curry leaf. So whilst you're eating, sometimes the grain adhere to the spices, like the cinnamon stick, the bay leaves, and the thyme, whatever. You don't take it in your mouth, lick it and put it back on your plate. You scrape it with your hand and leave it there. Once it touches your mouth, you leave it on the floor. You cannot put it back. In Hindi they say juta, contamination. Better to leave it alone. In 2001, our Namata, some members, 7 or 9 of them, we went on pilgrimage. So I took them and went. Then we went to Calcutta Temple, and I told them, if you see spices, push it aside, don't touch it, just leave it alone. So this devotee was serving us. So one elderly devotee in our entourage, he decided to define the rules. He licked it, he put it there. That man is coming this side, he watched that. He came straight by me. He said, Toke Guru nehe. You don't have Guru. Only Guru can teach you etiquette. Now you touch nothing with this hand. This hand must be in the back. Yes. Like you don't hide this hand. Don't. Prabhupada said this left hand is meant to clean the body, it's not meant to eat. Then you may ask how you can eat a banana. So you can peel the banana with the left hand, but you eat with the right hand. Now, if you have some cold drink or tea, you cannot use your left hand. You have to use your right hand. So Prabhupada is saying that we eat with our fingers because as soon as the fingertips touch the prasad, that electrical impulse is gone to the brain already to know what digestive juices to secrete to accommodate the incoming food. Now, most of the time you see non-devotees that they're eating the meal with something ice cold, some cold drink, whatever. So that fat coagulates and causes digestive disorders. That's how people get stomach issues like that because of not. You shouldn't wait at least 1 hour before you drink any liquid. But we're so used to it that we just want to have it. At this prasadam pastime is over. Any questions you would like to ask? Stop me before I go on to the next one. 702. Once, 1967 in San Francisco, Yamuna Devi Dasi, she wasn't initiated at the time. Her name was Joan. Her sister Janaki was getting married to Mukunda. So she traveled for 2 days from Oregon to San Francisco to attend her sister's wedding. So in the morning of the wedding, Prabhupada is making kachoris. And she introduced herself, I'm the sister of so and so. Prabhupada, yes, the bride family has to cook. You need to come and assist. So Prabhupada told her what to do. She did the wrong thing. Prabhupada asked her, how old are you? Said 26. Said, you are 26 years old, but you don't know how to make a medium soft dough. So Prabhupada said, let me teach you. So while Prabhupada is teaching her, she said, Prabhupada, let me go have a smoke. Prabhupada said, go to the bathroom and wash your hand. The mere thought of that intoxicant contaminated your body and your consciousness. So strict. When you are cooking a Sunday feast, your consciousness has to be totally spiritual. If it's a hot day, you cannot make like this and like that.
Yes.
If you're perspiring, get someone to attend to your task. Go to the wash place, wash yourself, refresh, and then come. Not nice. Brahmanas are there. The last offering prayer we say, Namo Brahmana Deveko Brahman. That means Krishna is very dear to the cows and to the Brahmins. Krishna eats through the mouth of the Brahmanas. So when you offer the bhog and you cook it begrudgingly, you had some issues at home and nothing from work, and you came and you cooked and you offered begrudgingly, there's no guarantee the Lord will accept it. No guarantee. So the Ark Prabhupada requested 1966 in New York. He said, Prabhupada, how you know Krishna accepted this prasad? He said, just see, Satrajit is on his 15 chapati. Chitananda is on his 10 gulab jamun. Because you're relishing, you're enjoying, that means Krishna accepted it. Krishna's saliva is there. Another important aspect I want to speak about is funerals. People, they don't know how to behave. So when you go to a funeral house, you don't talk philosophy. You either shake the hand or you hug them and tell them, I'm sorry for your loss. Glorify the person. The person was a good person. And just remain silent. Because the moment you talk philosophy, they are mourning their loss. They get agitated. So you can ask them, is there anything I can do for you? Is there anything I can do for you, family? Then you can offer their assistance. Now, when you go to the crematorium, your bead bag should be in the car. And you have to wash it. Brahmanas have to change the thread when they're having shower. So when you go in the crematorium and after the body goes in the chambers, you take some water, you sprinkle it. When you come home, you have to make arrangement that one set of clothes already in the bath. You have to have a bath with the clothes that you are wearing first. Then wash it, keep it on side. Then take bath. Then change clothes. Now why we take bath? What's the significance? Why?
Cleanse yourself.
The body is giving harmful life airs in the atmosphere. It's permeating the atmosphere. Body is fermenting. So it's going all over the atmosphere. Sometimes it's settling on me, you, whoever. Therefore, you have to wear simple cloth. If it's cold, don't wear jacket, nothing, because you can't wait. Again, you have to wash it. You have to wait 3 days for it to dry. So you have a bath with your clothes on, then take your clothes out, wash it, keep it one side, and then you have your shower. Modern day time, they just take it and keep it behind the door in a basket and put it in a washing machine. Everything is getting contaminated. So we shouldn't eat in the crematorium because the boots, the ghosts and spirits, they want liberation. One of the things that can give them liberation is the prasad. Just by looking at it, they can get food. Or your consciousness is weak, it can get into your consciousness, into your system, and enjoy from there. And by chanting the holy name, they can get liberated. So you don't eat in a prison. Not nice to eat in a dirty place. Crematorium is a dirty place. Like in Vaisnava Varanasi and Mayapur, you have to buy the logs. You put half-meter base, put the body, you put another half-meter there. And then nobody mourns like here in Durban. They just crouch and they sit still and they observe what's going on. When the body is done, they discard everything in the room. Now, one question may arise, why the Hindus have boiled food and why we take prasad, Krishna prasad. That can be traumatic experience for those who don't know the scriptural injunction. Sometimes family member may be murdered, committed suicide or died in an accident. Because of that, emotional attachment is so great, they can't eat and sleep. What to speak of taking prasad. So they eat boiled food. Boiled food is very easily digestible because it is light. But Prabhupada said that just observe the 3 days, cook a big feast, invite everybody and let them take. So we observe the 3rd day, and, no boiled food, we cook braised food and we eat. So the last, the very, very complex topic, dealing with devotees. We should not be diplomatic. We don't use diplomacy in Krishna consciousness. We do the direct approach and honesty. If two devotees are quarreling, you must walk away. Don't get involved. Prabhupada said it is the ras. It is the pastime. How he said, lightning without thunder is insignificant. So that it may be pent up, maybe they agitated one another and then it just manifested. But if they come to physical blows, then you can intervene and separate. If you hear something about some other devotees, someone come and gossip to you, you do nothing. Unless the person that is affected with the issue come and tell you, Prabhu, I'm hurting, this is what has happened, can you advise me? Then you do that. This process of Krishna consciousness, we do not inherit problems. We don't take other people's problems like our own, unless they come and speak to you in confidence, they reveal their mind to you. And then if you cannot advise them, associate with some senior devotees and ask them some advice, and then tell them, 2 or 3 days later, you approach the devotee and tell them that this is a path of action you should follow. It's like that. So one the 2 devotees were quarreling and then they never speak to each other. And then this devotee got admitted in R.K. Khan's hospital. There's a true story. Ashwin movement. So the doctors and nurses said, there's nothing we can do for you, why don't you phone somebody? So they gave him the phone. That time there was no cell phone. Yeah. So he phoned a temple receptionist and who answered? The person he had an issue with. He apologized to him. This person said, he has a big heart to apologize to me. Let me go and see what I can do for you. So quickly he took some Mahaprasad, everything, and went and gave him. A few days later he left. So we shouldn't have enemies in Krishna consciousness. It doesn't have, because if one of you happen to go to the spiritual world, and then you see this person you had a problem with, and then one of you have to leave. So just bow down to each other. It was a mistake. Not same time, after a couple of days. Now if you offend the devotee and he take it as an offense, you apologize to him, tell him I'm not interested. Next day you write one letter, send it to him. And if he doesn't calm down or apologize, then you give him a gift. And if he doesn't do that, you get some Mahaprasad from the temple. Because nobody dishonors prasad. If somebody gave you Krishna prasad, you accept. So you give him this. And if you offend a devotee and you know it's your problem, it's your fault, you should take a humble position and apologize, because what happened, the food you eat won't digest. It remain in your system. Like that. So Prabhupada gave a very nice definition of humility. Affording all respect to others and not getting the satisfaction of being honored. Now sometimes you will notice some devotees are doing something wrong. You are not in a position of authority to correct that issue. You do nothing to save your spiritual life. So when a devotee commits an offense, spiritual master suffers first. Continuing 2 or 3 times committing offenses, breaking the regulated principles, then Krishna comes in between. He separates the disciple and the spiritual master. The disciple goes away. And then he continues doing that again. It is stored in the form of a seed in your system. Now it became habitual because you never learn, you suck annoying or offending devotees. Then the seed will start germinating. When you start germinating inside, then it's going to fructify. And then it's going to manifest with harsh words, violent tendencies. So nip it in the bud. Knowingly or unknowingly, you offended anybody, go and approach them and speak. You can offend Krishna, and if you chant the holy name, you nullify it. Krishna never tolerates one who blasphemes or offends his devotees. Very, very important that you should know this. Because all this thing affect our spiritual activities. Once in India, this king, he was very fond of serving the brahmanas. So every day you arrange the brahmanas to be seated in a courtyard. He get his brahmana cooks to cook a first-class meal, and he will carry that big thali on his overhead, over his head, and he'll walk and come. At that point in time, this eagle caught a snake and pierced the beak around his neck, and the snake dropped some poison and it fell into the prasad. So, got a leaf plate, serving the brahmanas. After a couple of hours, the brahmanas done. King was very morose, he didn't know what to do. Chitragupta is asking Yamaraj, who should take the karma? Yamaraj said, be patient. The king was carrying a prasad. He did not look in the sky to see the bird carrying the snake in his beak. The snake never told the king I dropped poison inside. He said, just wait and see. Whoever speaks about it, they will get a reaction. So after a couple of months, the brahmanas were walking and going to this village. So an old lady was sitting on the right hand side of the road. So mother, we need to go and see this king so and so. She said, no, don't go there. He's very fond of killing brahmanas. Chitragupta asked Yamaraj, so who gets the reaction? Just give it to the lady. Based on speculation. Shouldn't speculate. Devotees are direct in their dealings. Once Prabhupada was in Nellore, the sisters invited him so that he could get the land. So Prabhupada's disciples cook for Prabhupada, but the sisters cook for Prabhupada's disciples. So after Prabhupada had taken his meal, he went to take his rest. As he was resting, he could hear some sound. He told his servant, call Tamal Krishna Maharaj. Called Tamal Krishna Maharaj, they went in the porch of the balcony. He said, can you hear that? He said, no. He said, can you hear? He said, no. Then on the third time, he said, yes, Prabhupada, I can hear. They have chicken. He said, that means they are eating eggs. So now, the disciples' prasad has been ready cooked by the sisters. So, they got one big thali, casserole, 8 containers, and it revolves, called a casserole, 1 spoon. So, the devotees were taking themselves and they were eating. While they were eating in the right hand, they were taking with the left. After 1 hour, Prabhupada can hear snoring. Called for Samakrishna Maharaj, he never answered. He went into the room, he saw everybody on the floor, they snoring. He got up, Samakrishna Maharaj said, we need to leave right now. He said, but Prabhupada, we promised him 3 days. Prabhupada said, make an excuse on account of my health. If you stay here 1 minute, all of you will fall down. So hastily they got up, they freshened up, told the sisters, Prabhupada is not well, we need to take him to see a doctor. Because of the contamination of the hand, all the consciousness got affected. So you have to be very careful where we eat and how we eat. And now when you're serving, you make sure the serving spoon doesn't touch the person's plate or the lunchbox. If it does, you change the spoon. Get someone to wash it or take another spoon. You have to be very, very careful because these are cleanliness and it cleans our consciousness. If your consciousness is contaminated, then the mode of material nature won't affect you. If something is dirty, it won't affect you because you are in harmony with the mode of ignorance. It will never affect you. So rather live a pure, clean Krishna conscious life. Hare Krishna.
Krishna.
So any questions I can answer? A few minutes,
Would you mind speaking about Ekadasi? The dates are there. What can we eat and what can't we eat?
In the early days, Bhakti Maharaj he banned the cottage rice because when you cook it, it comes like grain, like rice texture. You can have quinoa, it's a bit expensive. We can have sambudana, that is, it's a big sago, but it's not made of grains. And then I remember Bhakti Maharaj was in Drakensberg and I phoned his disciple to ask Maharaj, what is the safest thing to eat on the Ekadasi? He said, mash and chutney. You make a tomato chutney, you make your mash. You're not allowed to eat brinjal, you're not allowed to eat okra, pindi. It has seeds in it. Any legume, anything like with the pot. So, what I do on Ekadasi, I boil baby potatoes, I boil green bananas, and I boil sweet potato. Then I put the ghee on a stir fry. So it's filling because it has banana, sweet potato and potato. Easier. What you do the night before, you steam it and leave it in the fridge. And then in the morning you do your Ekadasi offering. And you can't eat commercial nuts. You can't eat samba nuts. You got wheat germ. Rather buy a cashew nut that is plain, almonds you can have, or you can have fruits. You can make a lassi. You can have it with the yogurt lancet. Or Spring Meadow is bona fide, you got a vegan, got a vegetarian sign there, it's bona fide. From Pick and Pay also you got pure vegetarian, no grains in the yogurt. So you can make a cabbage and potato.
Yes.
You can make butternut that is steamed. And if it's left over the next day, you put it in a blender and you blend it and you braise it with butter, it becomes a butternut soup. You can add fresh cream also. Even sweet potato, if you don't, if you boil it and not fry it, the next day you can make a smoothie with the milk and you can have it like that. So courtesy is not to have 3 square meals. Just eat once at midday, that's it, finish. Eat nicely. Eat one meal and try and share 25, 30 rounds like that. You can't have any commercial cool drinks, all got corn syrup. If you need to drink anything, get appetizer, but water is the best. One day you only have to struggle with your cool drinks or whatever. All the cold drinks have the corn syrup from the corn, they make that. And the best option is the fruit. Bananas you can have any fruit. But veggies you have to be very careful. Green banana, sweet potato, yams. Yams is madumbis, you can have that, and potatoes, chutney. You can make quinoa khichdi also. You boil quinoa, you set it aside, you steam your yellow patty pan, green patty pan, baby marrow and gem squash. You braise it with the ghee, grate 1 tomato and you add it together, it becomes a nice khichdi. Like that. Or you can take raw nuts, you can boil it and eat it like that. So it's not about just filling your belly on the courtesy. You just have one meal, that's it. If you can't have one meal, then try and have some hot milk with 1 banana in the morning. It will fill you up. When I was in Bangalore, that ashram doesn't serve any sweets at all. So I asked the devotee, so you all be fasting and I can't fast, I got some stomach issues. He said, no problem, Prabhuji, I will make a prasad in the morning. I said, no, thank you so much. So in the evening he called me, he took 1 handful raw nuts. He soaked it overnight. Because they had so many cows, so milk is not the issue. So he took that 1 handful of nuts, he put it in a blender, he took 2 bananas and half cup milk, and he blended it. No sugar, no honey, nothing. So when it became smooth, he offered me, he told me, you finish it because I made for you. So there were 2 glasses, I had it. Believe it or not, till 3, 4 o'clock I was still full. So you can try that at home if you want. 1 handful raw nuts, you soak it in water, make it soft, 2 bananas and half cup of milk, you blend it together. If you can't have it like that, then add some honey or some sugar like that.
If you eat it raw, it's okay too?
Yeah.
Like the sweet potato?
The sweet potato you can. Green bananas, you can have. Madumbi is bona fide. Baby potatoes you can have.
The green beans, green beans,
No,
carrots.
no,
Carrots?
anything in a pot. You can't have green beans, you can have spinach, you can have all herbs, but no legumes.
Carrots?
Carrots you can have. Now the Godiyama, they don't have anything that grows underground. They don't have no tubers, no potatoes, no carrot, no turnip, no tomatoes. They follow dry fast. They dry fast. I got some friends in India and they tell me they don't touch. Even on Kartik one too. They refrain from all these veggies. So they're following strictly. But the main point is to chant the holy name. Because Prabhupada told the disciples, if I tell you all the rules and regulation about spiritual life, you will faint. So he just told us what we need to know. So I did this Vaisnava Etiquette course in the year 2000 with His Holiness Bhakti Chamara in Mayapur. He said, call the Sarafian devotees and doing it. So I'm not speaking from my mind, I'm speaking from my memory. Because he taught us nicely, I could remember. So you have to be very, very careful now. You need to practice what I said regarding prasadam. And then the Sunday feast, those boys are not trained. Some doesn't attend namatas. They are not trained to serve you. So if you see them attempting to put the sabji on top of the dal, tell no problem, put it one side. You tell them where you want it. Like that. So, in that way, You can eat scientifically, you don't have to mix and then, especially like non-devotees, we can eat anything, even if they put the halwa in a dal, we can eat it. But guest, they can't. Rather, they ask for a cup, we give them.
Yeah.
If you want people to become favorable to Krishna consciousness, just be a little kind to them. I always tell the guests, if you need anything, come and see me. I will help you. Last week there was no puri. The previous week, this man, he said, I don't eat rice. They gave me one puri. I asked him, how many you can eat? He said, 2 more. I told him, no problem. Go and take a seat. I will bring it and come. Put the glass on and put 2 in the table. They are coming to our house. The temple is our house. They are our guests. Afford them all facilities that you have. So some devotees are not on the same level. So you need to tolerate. So the more you tolerate, the more humble you become. Are we done? If you can ask any questions after the class, or you can, wherever we meet, you can ask anything that's bothering you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.